It got me too. It's okay. Let's pray. Holy, I thank you for this day, and I thank you for these people. And I thank you that you want to know us in a very intimate way. The things we try to hide from one another, the things that are out in the open for everybody to see, you want it all. You don't want us to come pretending to be something we're not. You want us to come being real and authentic, and you want us to say, do with it what you can. That's right. And sometimes when we say it, we sort of mean it as a dare. Holy, can you really do something with this? So, Holy, if the answer to that question is yes, I need you today. Do something with this mess. Show up. Show out. However you need to. Be here with us. In your many names we pray. Amen. Amen. So, Ash, right off the bat, I need to tell you, the slides might not happen. Because we've been through a couple of rewrites already. Subject is still the same, melting snow. If you follow me on Facebook and actually pay attention to what I post, you know that starting about Thursday, I hit a hiccup. Something happened. And my post got a little weird. Maybe not weird, but they went somewhere specific. Because starting Thursday, I started struggling. Saturday, we drove to Jacksonville to go to IKEA. God help me. And as we're driving, I start saying things to Sherry. And Sherry's like, "Ooh, we still there, okay." She didn't say that out loud. She was very supportive. But as I'm driving, I'm saying things, and I'm talking through things. And on the inside, I'm going, I already know the answer. I already know the answer to this stuff. But this is where I'm at. This is what I'm dealing with. And I was like, and I don't get it. Then I started thinking about snow because of a Rumi quote. This slide will be right, Ash. Be melting snow. Wash yourself of yourself. Now last week, for those that were here, we did the Jonas Brothers thing, what a soul got to do. And there were 3 things. The first thing was you got to be real, no faking. The second thing was you have to seek simple and honest connection with holy. However you know holy to exist, you have to seek simple and honest connection with holy. And the third thing was you have to let the focus shift from self to all things holy. Well, starting about Thursday, I got stuck. The focus wasn't shifting. I was stuck in my place. And I started thinking about that quote, about the snow. So then, Sherry's from the north, I'm from here. We don't know nothing about no snow. Here in Tallahassee, we have all 4 seasons in one day. In other places, they actually have them across time as you're supposed to. So Sherry's from New York, and so I said, Sherry, tell me about snow. And she goes, what? What you mean? I'm like, well, just tell me about snow. So she tells me her experience with snow. And me being me, I'm like, that ain't good enough. I'm going to Wikipedia it. So I go and I Google some things, because y'all know how much I love Google. And don't even own no stock either. But anyway, I go and I Google it. And the interesting thing about snow is it begins in one state, changes to another state, changes to another state, and then can go all the way back and begin the process again. Kind of like regeneration with Doctor Who, kind of. So snow begins as water vapor in the atmosphere. Then it becomes ice crystals as it's suspended in the atmosphere. Then it falls, possibly. And we have one of 2 options. The snow becomes ice crystals again, water vapor again. Or, as it's melting, what does it become? Water. So it's like, so we have water vapor, water, ice. Get it? Oh, there's like 3 things happening. Wash yourself of yourself. What does that mean? person in this room has a past, a present, and a future. Every person in this room may cycle through things. A lesson you learned in your past may come back and bite you again in your present. You may have to visit it again in your future. What I found out on Thursday is I can't get rid of mine. It keeps popping up. And so my questions to God when we were driving to Jacksonville were, I know I'm supposed to be real, but how real I gotta be? And what does that have to do with now? And how are you at work in that? How do I use that now to relate to people? How do I make that a part of the message? And do I have to? Because I'm really fed up with it. Snow. It keeps going like that. Some of you have a past. And you come to new people and you have new friendships and you do new things. And everybody knows you as that person. I'm going to use you as the example. Levette version 2.0. And then somebody who knew Levette version 1.0 comes into the circle. And what happens? The person who knows 1.0 looks at the people that knows 2.0 and goes, whoo, if you had known her back in the day. Or something similar. And then we have a choice. Do we go, man, why do we have to go through this again? Or are we real? And do we say, this is who I was. This is what I learned. This is who I am now. And I don't know what will happen tomorrow. So in Isaiah, we're told, I think it's up there, Ash. Forget all that. It's nothing compared to what I'm going to do. And usually this is where I hang my hat, right? This is where I'm like, that's God talking to the people and through the prophet. And God's saying, forget all the past. We're doing a new thing. We're going to go do this new thing. It's going to be okay. But God don't tell them. But you might meet somebody who remembers Israel 1.0. And they might tell the people that know Israel 3.0 about 1.0 or 2.0. So when that happens, here's what you're going to do. That ain't in there. I looked because I wanted it to be there. I wanted it to say, when somebody says 1.0, but you're on like 5.0, here's what you say to cover all that. But so I didn't find it other than this. And now I'm way off script, so we're just going to leave that there, okay? Here's what I found. God knows me.
Amen.
Holy knows me. Those people who knew Christy 1.0, they don't care to know this version of Christy. I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is when they say things like, not that they have, these are examples. When they say things like, how could God ever use her? And see, people say that about you too. Sometimes. They meet you, and then they meet somebody who knew you before you had your holy moment. And they go, yeah, but that Jay, she used to, do all them things. And then the people that know you now go, wait, what? What you talking about? There's another gospel. Remember last week I pulled out Gospel of Thomas, and I told you this isn't in the canon because it was ruled like crazy, and they had to hide them because the bishop said this isn't canon. There's another one called the Gospel of Mary. And in it, the disciples aren't just the disciples that we are used to hearing about, just the dudes. The disciples are the dudes plus Mary and some other women. And in this gospel, Mary knows Jesus in a way the disciples don't, which is really, really cool. And then Jesus goes away, and the boys have issues because Mary knows part of Jesus' story that they don't know. Mary, tell us what we don't know. So Mary does. This is what Jesus told me. And she lines it up. You know what happens next? One old dude says, hold it. Y'all can think whatever y'all want to think, but I'm telling you, there ain't no way Jesus done said that to her. Ain't no way it came out of his mouth. I'm done. And then Levi steps up, and Levi says, paraphrasing, who are you to say Wouldn't Jesus know her heart better than you would? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't God know who she is better than you would? She's walked with him. She's talked with him. She's been here the whole time, just like you have. Why do you doubt her? And then he goes on to lecture them about what they should be doing, which is loving one another and going and, teaching others about Jesus. But Mary had that moment. They didn't want to believe Mary. People ain't going to want to believe you. It's going to happen. You're going to have moments where you step forward and you say, this is who I know holy to be. And the people who knew you are going to say, why would God even use that child? Why would Holy speak through that one? Here's why. For those of you who need to know why it could be you, why it should be you, and why it will be you. God likes to confuse people. Mm-hmm. God likes to take the foolish things and put them in front of the wise. God likes to take the people who mess up and go, all right, I'm going to take your mess and I'm going to make it a message. Think of who my favorite people in all the stories we cover in the Bible. Think of who I talk to y'all the most about. Moses, David, Peter, Paul. Why? Them boys messed up. Every time you turned around, they were putting their feet in it. And then God would come along and be like, oh, okay, come on. Maybe it's because I relate to them. Maybe I feel like Christy version 1.0 keeps catching up with this version. And I feel like I get bogged down again. And I feel like I have to start over again. And so maybe that's why those stories are appealing to me. And let's be honest, we love a comeback. We love a comeback. We love it when somebody is at the bottom and they step up onto the top. We love those. That's why that's in the movies. All of the movies are about the impossible odds and then bum, bum, bum. Here I is. Right. Underdogs. We love them. Why? Because it resonates. It speaks to us. Some of y'all, I ain't got no past. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay. That's cool. I'll share my story with you so that you can know what it'll be like. So maybe you won't go and do it. When you're in a community of people, one person can do something. They can make a choice for their own personal life. But it'll have a ripple effect. And it'll touch all the lives around them. Thank you, tag team preacher. Keep it up. And it touches, so like I'll make a decision that's mine. It's about my life. But because you're my friend, and you're in band with me, and we see each other, my choice kind of brushes you. It touches you. If I'm not self-aware, and I was not, I just keep going. And then I make another choice. And that one sends out ripple effects. And then I make another choice. And that one sends, and before you know it, my entire community has felt the impact of my decisions. When the whole time I thought I'm an island. This is just my stuff. But it's went out and it's touched everybody. Like a really bad sci-fi alien. And what happens? Those people say, that girl's done some crap. We can never trust her. We can never believe anything she says. We don't know why people like her. We don't know how she kept getting girlfriends. Did they not hear the stories about the first 4? We don't know why that church said you can be the preacher. Okay, in fairness, I don't know what the hell y'all was thinking either. But here I am. and as a matter of fact, when y'all were getting ready to make that decision, when we were first started this process, do you know a current board member who was a board member then texted me and said, I don't know if I can trust you. They may not remember sending that text, but I promise you they did. I didn't get mad. It was a justified comment. Because they had been a part of the community that all those ripple effects had touched. It had touched them. They had watched me. They had seen that I was all over the place. And they were worried that if this happened, I would lose my junk again, and the ripple effects would start again. I'm not perfect. I will make dumb decisions. They ain't as dumb as they used to be. Thankfully. But there's one thing that I've learned. I told you like 3 weeks ago that there was this scripture that has been ticking and ticking and ticking and ticking at me, and I can't get away from it. And I think today is why. Revelation chapter 1, verse 8. I'm the one who was, meaning in one state. I'm the one who is in another state. I'm the one who is to come in another state. No matter where I'm at, no matter what state, water vapor, ice crystals, water vapor, water, whatever state you're in, God is still the same. What you know is holy is still the same. They don't change. They're still doing what we talked about last week, which was, that's my kid. I love them. With no conditions. Did my ripples reach holy? That's the thing I've been thinking about too. Did my ripples reach you? It reached all those people. Did it reach you? And do you know what Holy whispered to Christy this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning? You're my kid. I love you. Well, if you love me, what are we going to do about all the people who know Christy 1.0 and who ain't going to let Christy 1.0 die? They're going to keep bringing her up. What are we going to do? Then what was whispered a little bit? Any clues? We're going to take it and we're going to use it. Because it's your comeback story. See, you can't come back unless you had a 1.0. There ain't nothing to grow from. And I ain't saying go out and do all the crazy things I did. Please don't. Please. It will hurt you for a long time. Don't do it. But you will make mistakes. You will have smaller things. Your past creeps up. I mean, think about all the ways your past can come back. Credit reports, grades, GPA, when you're trying to move on and get a higher education. They go and they pull your high school records and they're like, read 1.0? Dude. The bank will pull my credit for me to be able to get stuff. 2.0 was not pretty. Think of all of the ways, all these little things that we don't think about come back and get us. Now think about it spiritually. Every time I hurt somebody, no matter what my reasons were, the ripple happened. And now no matter who I am, and no matter what I do, that version exists. But what did Revelation 1:8 say? The one who is, the one who was, the one who is to come. The one who was with me. I just couldn't see. And that's the thing. You can't change the past. But you can change the power of the past. Because you can recognize Holy was there, but I didn't see it. Holy was there, but I wasn't letting it in. Holy was there, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. I was broken. And what do broken people do? They break stuff. They hurt people. It's a thing. We don't want to admit it. We don't want to own it. We don't want to be that. But it is true. Broken people break things. They break people. Harm is done. Because in their state of unwellness, they can't perceive holy. They can't tap into that. Because there's this wall that they've put there. So when you move to the next state, holy's still there. But can you see now? Can you hear now? Can you believe now? In your future state, will you see? Will you hear? Will you believe? And I got nervous thinking about it. And I got sad thinking about it. And I got hurt. Because I was like, how long are these people going to hold a God-blessed grudge? God, you say forgive people. You better go talk to them. They claim to know you. Go talk to them. And God's like, you worry about you. You take care of you. You keep doing what I tell you to do. They're going to have to walk their path. And I'll deal with them when I deal with them. But that's between me and them. You want me to tell you the hardest thing you ever have to do? Besides own your past? The next hardest thing is to go, okay, God, I won't be mad at them. I won't be hurt by them. You go handle it. When what you really want to do is you want to handle it. You want to go, knock, 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 knock. Hey, I'm here to talk to you. Here's the deal. Shut it. Or, hey, I heard something. Let me help you. Get my name out your mouth. Or, hey, you didn't say anything. You just let your face talk for you. You might want to get that fixed. See, I can get petty. If I went and handled it myself, those are the kind of things that would most likely happen. And God knows me. And so God said, I'll handle that. You handle you. And then God knew that I wasn't believing. And so Holy says, Christy, does Christy version 1.0 still exist?
No.
No, Holy. So I showed up for you, did I not? You did. I still show up for you. You do. Then no matter who they are, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, I will show up. And whatever version they're on, I'll upgrade them. Get it? Upgrade them? That means they're going to have to change versions too. You ain't just going to be the same. You're going to be different. Why? Because you're learning and you're growing. And if all we did was come here and talk about how great I am, y'all wouldn't come here. If all we came here and did was talk about how great everything was, a lot of you wouldn't believe it and wouldn't stick around. So Marcy texted me, because I texted Marcy. Because, when I have a meltdown, like the snow getting, when I have a meltdown, I normally text Marcy. Mercy. Ba, 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 ba. Marcy texts back. You do know you don't have to explain yourself to anybody, right? You don't have to. So Marcy, just FYI, I did ask God if you were right. And to a degree, Marcy is right. The average person does not. God's grace comes, grace washes, melt yourself away, and grace stands in the place. And all is well. But when you're a leader, grace is still there. But sometimes you have to tell your story. And you have to own your story. Because what happens? The leaders who are growing up and watching see. And they know. Well, Christy says that she made a big old mess and God still loves her. So that means no matter what I do, and for real, no matter what, God loves me. And it means that I'm not ruled out. I'm a contender. I can still do great things for God. Because if God can do that, God can do this. And if God can do that, God can do this. And we learn and we grow. And we cycle through life. First this state, then this state, then this state. And then who knows? But no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, trust me when I tell you, they ain't but probably one of y'all that can outdo me if we compared stories in here today. So if God, holy, whatever other name you got for it, can step in for me, they can do the same for you. They can even do the same for those people that don't like me. Those people can have a holy moment, and then they can see me on the street, and they can be like, hey! First of all, I'm probably going to be scared and run, but they can do it. And then they're going to be sitting there going, what the hello, Joe, just happened? And then I'm going to smile and go, holy moment. They happen. I know it hurt, but it happened, so just go with it. Because here's the thing. Holy never quits. Holy never gives up on you. Holy's always there, encouraging you, telling you, I've got you, but you have to be able to see. You have to be able to hear, and you have to be able to believe. And if we're going to be real, we have to own every version of us that exists. And to the person who is in the room that made me think about these things, please don't take it personally. It ain't your fault. It's me. I know Christy 1.0, and I wish I could erase her sometimes, but I can't. All I can do and all you can do as you try to be different, as you try to be changed, as you try to live your life the way you think Holy wants you to live it, here's the way you do it. First, trust Holy. If Holy says you're different, you're different. Amen. If Holy says I'm going to use you, Holy's going to use you. If Holy says it doesn't matter what they think, it doesn't matter. Next thing, be consistent. I said about Virginia last week in the membership thing, Virginia's consistently good. Every time Virginia comes in here, she's consistently good. No matter where I see her, no matter where I talk to her, consistently good. That's what you have to do too. As you try to navigate, well, that's my past. This is who I am. This is who I hope to be. Be consistent. So, when people say, I don't know if I can trust you because of Levette version 1.0, your response is, I understand, but I hope you'll see. You can count on me. I'm going to consistently do whatever it is they need you to do. Consistency. And you can't do consistency without saying, yo, Holy, help me. Because when you get in yourself, instead of saying, yo, Holy, help me, you might say, here's my resignation. I quit. Don't want nothing to do with this anymore. Some of y'all just got panic looks. I'm just being honest. If you remove Holy from the equation when you're trying to outrun your past, what ends up happening is you reach a moment where you don't want to keep fighting. You want to give up. Because it seems to be too much. The obstacles are too many, and you have no clue how to do it. When you remove Holy from the equation, your only real option becomes to sit down and just, whatever. But if I'm trusting Holy, and Holy is the one who is, and the one who was, and the one who will be, I'm covered. No matter where I'm at, no matter what version, I'm loved. No matter where I'm at, no matter what version, I have a friend. No matter where I'm at, no matter what version, I have a cheerleader. No matter where I'm at, no matter what version, I have someone who believes in me, even when I don't believe in myself. And those ripples, eventually all of your consistency will also ripple. All of your efforts to be truthful, to be dedicated, to be whatever, the ripples happen again. This time in a positive way. And it might take the rest of your life. But let it take what it takes. Because just like snow can change, you can change. And God's not done with anybody in this room. You have lots of different states to go through. But the choice before you is, do you let Holy define who you are? Or do you let Reed version 1.0? Carr version 2.0? Levette version 1.0? Do you let Holy define who you are? Or do you let what was define who you are? My hope for all of us is that we choose to believe what Holy says. That we choose to believe that Holy loves us and that's enough. And that the rest of it will have to work itself out, no matter what the rest of it is. Whether it's having to get a new job, move to a new state, or keep working in a community where you did a lot of bad stuff. Our mess can become our message if we keep Holy first. And that's the only way I know how to be real. You have to let Holy use your stories. You have to let Holy use your heart. And even when you feel broken, you have to trust Holy to get you where you need to be. And all the people said, Amen. Told y'all it was going to be all over the place.